Imagine a town where the sky is always crying. A place called Drizzleton, painted in 50 shades of grey, where the rain never stops and the people walk with their heads bowed, as colourless as the world around them. In this town lives a boy named Sam. Sam is quiet, an observer who feels as invisible as a single raindrop in a downpour. While the world outside is muted, Sam's sketchbook bursts with life. He draws vibrant suns and fiery sunsets colours he's only ever read about in books. He longs for connection, for a splash of beauty in his monochrome life, but he's too shy to even say hello. One day, his grandma Elara comes to visit. She's a whirlwind of warmth and whimsy, her eyes sparkling with secrets. Before she leaves, she hands him a peculiar gift, a simple, old-fashioned umbrella. For a particularly grey day, she says, with a knowing smile that seems to hold a universe of meaning. Sam, ever polite, takes it, thinking it's just another shield against the endless rain. He has no idea that this umbrella isn't meant to keep the rain out, but to let the magic in. Later that week, caught in a sudden, heavy downpour, Sam remembers the gift. He fumbles with the latch and pushes it open. But instead of the familiar, dreary asterisk plink dash PLONK asterisk of rain on fabric, he hears a sound like a tiny, musical bell. A soft, clear asterisk ting. Asterisk confused. He looks down. The grey, wet pavement beneath him is different. Where the raindrops should be splashing, tiny, impossible flowers are blooming in their place. A patch of concrete, just moments ago a mirror of the gloomy sky, is now a miniature meadow of vibrant blues, radiant reds, and cheerful yellows. Sam stares, his heart thumping. The umbrella wasn't ordinary at all. It was a paintbrush, and the rain was its ink. For the first few days, this magic is Sam's secret. It's a private world of colour he creates just for himself on his lonely walk to school. He learns to twirl the umbrella, tracing patterns on the ground. A flick of the wrist here, a slow turn there, and he leaves a trail of swirling rainbows and blossoming stars in his wake. For the first time, he doesn't just walk through the rain, he dances with it. This hidden joy becomes his sanctuary, a small rebellion against the overwhelming greyness of his world. But secrets, especially beautiful ones, have a way of being discovered. One afternoon, a girl from his class named Lily, whose personality is as bubbly as her name suggests, is walking a few paces behind him. She's always been curious about the quiet boy who draws, and today her curiosity is about to be rewarded. She notices something strange on the sidewalk, a cluster of impossibly bright flowers that seem to have appeared out of thin air. She looks up and sees Sam, just ahead, hurrying around a corner. Intrigued, she quickens her pace, following the faint, colourful trail he leaves behind. Lily finally catches up to him in a quiet alley where a nervous Sam is trying to quickly close the magical umbrella. He freezes, expecting to be laughed at. But Lily's eyes are wide with wonder, not mockery. "Wow," she breathes, pointing at a puddle that now shimmers with all the colors of a kaleidoscope. "How did you do that?" You're making everything so beautiful." Her genuine excitement is disarming. Tentatively, Sam opens the umbrella again and shows her it. He lets a few drops fall near her shoes, and a patch of green clover sprouts instantly. Lily laughs, a sound as bright as the colors themselves. That afternoon, they don't go straight home. Instead, they go to the empty town square. Together, their shyness and boldness mixing, they create a masterpiece. They run and laugh, painting the grey flagstones with giant, swirling dragons and fields of wildflowers, their joyful shouts mingling with the magical ting of the raindrops. For the first time, Sam isn't alone in his colourful world. But as the evening draws in, they notice something disheartening. The brilliant colors they created, the dragons and the flowers, are beginning to fade. The vibrant pigments slowly dissolve, sinking back into the familiar, dull gray of the stone. They realize the magic is beautiful, but fleeting. It only lasts for a few hours. The joy it brings is temporary unless it's continuously renewed and, more importantly, shared. This realization hits Sam hard. What's the point of having this incredible gift if he keeps it to himself, only for it to disappear? Hoarding the magic is as pointless as drawing a sun and hiding it in a sketchbook. The real magic, he understands now, isn't just in creating color. It's in giving it. But to do that, he would have to stand in front of everyone. He would have to let them see him, the quiet, invisible boy. He would have to be brave. The next morning, as the townspeople of Drizzleton trudge through the rain on their way to work and school, heads down as always, Sam walks into the center of the town square. His heart is pounding like a drum, but he takes a deep, shaky breath. He closes his eyes, opens the umbrella high above his head, and begins to move. He doesn't just walk, he dances. He leaps and twirls, not with the shy secrecy of before, but with bold, sweeping gestures. He becomes a conductor of a symphony of color. Great arcs of ruby red splash across the gray walls of the buildings. Puddles transform into swirling nebulas of purple and blue. He points the umbrella at the old, silent clock tower, and it begins to shine with a brilliant liquid gold. Slowly, one by one, the people stop. They lift their heads, their drab expressions melting away. A collective gasp ripples through the crowd. They stare utterly mesmerized. Then a child giggles, pointing at a puddle that now looks like a bowl of sprinkles. An old man, who hadn't smiled in years, feels the corners of his mouth lift. Soon, the square is filled with laughter. Children are jumping in the colorful puddles. Adults are looking up at the vibrant buildings, their faces full of a forgotten wonder. Sam's single act of courage didn't just paint the town, it reawakened the joy that had been sleeping beneath the surface, buried under years of grey rain. The rain in Drizzleton didn't stop. The sky is still grey, but the town has been forever changed. Inspired by Sam, people now carry their own colourful umbrellas, not magical ones, but ones that carry the spirit of his gift. They talk to each other more. They smile, they look up, and Sam, he's no longer the invisible boy. He's the town's quiet hero. He walks with Lily, the magical umbrella held openly between them. He learned that the greatest gifts aren't meant to be kept for oneself. They're meant to be shared. And in sharing his, he finally found his voice, his connection, and his place in a world that was now, thanks to him, a little less grey. Thank you so much for watching. If this story brought a little color to your day, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales that spark the imagination. See you next time.